What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dolo J back again, man. And last night we had another night of elite hoops, man. Another night of elite hoops. The Pacers are the first team to move on to the conference finals, being the Cavaliers 4-1 in the gentleman's sweep. And the two MVP candidates have a nice little back and forth, nice little duel, man. But we're going to talk about, I think we're going to talk about the Thunder and them first. When it comes to the Thunder, right, they're a team coming into the postseason. A lot of people, may have, I ain't going to say overlooked them, because a team that wins 68 games in the season, it's kind of hard to overlook them. But at the same time, it's like they don't have the experience. Last year was their first year making the playoffs with this squad. They were bounced in the second round by Luka and them, I believe. So you just think, they might need a little bit more oomph. Kind of how people thought about the Houston Rockets this season. But they are gutting it out. They lost a heartbreaker in game one. Came back game two, dominated. Game three went into overtime. You know what I'm saying? They could have won that game. They kind of fumbled that game away. And game four, Denver ended up collapsing in the fourth quarter, I believe, and OKC was able to pull it out. So last night, OKC goes up 3-2. 112-105 victory. SGA 31.6 rebounds, 7 assists. You had J-Dub, doing his thing as well. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Isaiah Hartenstein, 15.7 rebounds. Chet had 14 points and 8 rebounds. And Lou Dort, man. Lou Dort was crazy. Him and Alex Caruso, I really could say, they are, and Casey Walls are really just like in all the passing lanes, bro. Like, every time a ball is near them, it's just like they get a hand on it somehow, or Jokic can try and go for a rebound and they'll be close and they'll just tip the ball. It's just like they got good hands. You feel what I'm saying? And they got good, it's like hand-eye coordination to know that this ball's coming right here and to hit it that fast and know your teammate right there. Like, that's something different, man. That's something totally different. I want to commend them guys. They really helped. Shout out to Lou Dort's fourth quarter, man. Fourth quarter. Struggling in the series from what I've seen. I haven't watched all of every game. I haven't watched the entirety of every game, excuse me. But the stretches that I've seen and that I've watched throughout the series, Lou Dort, it was like, I wouldn't say unplayable, right? But it was just like, it's hard for you to stay on the court because, one, you're a 3-and-D player. And the person you're supposed to be guarding, Jamal, was getting off, or has been doing his thing this series, so you haven't been really slowing them down in that aspect. And the three-point shot is not falling. You're still making hustle plays here and there, you know what I'm saying? So, but tonight was a night for him, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, 4 of 8 from the three-point line, just 12 points, but 3 key threes in the fourth quarter. Key threes, it kept them, it helped them climb back into the game, because SGA came out in the fourth quarter. Really in the third. He came out in the third quarter. I really like how he came out in the third, and I'm my bad for just talking about this game out of order, but he came out in the third quarter and was uber aggressive. Like, he had 8 points within the first 3 minutes of the quarter. You know what I'm saying? He kind of started off the first quarter like that as well, and I really like SGA when he's getting downhill. In my personal opinion, right, I don't know if the Thunder are going to necessarily win the finals this season, but I believe they eventually want to, win the finals. I believe SGA has to get to his more playmaking bag, if that makes sense. I'm not saying he has to be on Tyrese Halliburton levels of playmaking, but at the same time, he has to completely control the game, not by just scoring. You know what I'm saying? It's times here and there where, he'll get 7, 8 assists, but SGA to take that next step, he gonna need games of, and this is he doesn't need to do this on a consistent basis, but in tight knit games when the shot's not falling, you might have to get 10, 11, 12 assists. You might have to do that, because the type of player you are, they're keying in on you. You can really kind of say J-Dub a little bit too, but they're keying in on you, so you're not going to be able, every night you're not going to be able, your shot's not going to be able to fall. He started tonight 2 of 9, if I'm not mistaken. Ended up being 12 of 13, 31 points, but at the same time, while you're going 2 for 9, you could still be aggressive, kick, boom. And some of it was guys wasn't making shots, and it was just kind of like a rough stretch for both teams. But Jokic, man. Jokic. Not really have the assist we expect from him, but outside of, the Thunder wouldn't really allow everybody else to make shots. Besides Jamal Murray, really nobody else could really hit a shot like that. Jokic, 44 points, 15 rebounds, only 4 assists, way below his average. Murray had it going, 28 points, but he had, especially that third quarter he had, where he had 13 in the quarter, he was really getting to it, like getting to the line, mid-range, three, layup, free throws. Like, Murray was in his bag, and, Jokic was backing him up, because I believe Jokic had 12 points in the third quarter as well. And basically the first half, you do that after, a first half where it's just completely back and forth. Like, the Nuggets won the first 2 quarters by a combined 2 points. A combined 2 points. It was 56-54 at halftime. You know what I'm saying? OKC came out the gate, made a run. Then you had, you had Denver respond, and that's just basically what the entirety of the first half was. But like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? Denver really, tried to separate themselves, but it's like every time one team made a run, another team came back and responded. I really like basketball like that. But crunch time, Caruso hitting free throws, hitting threes, getting offensive rebounds. One of them led to a Chet dunk that really really got put life back into OKC. That's what I really like. But we got to talk about that ridiculous 3 that Jokic hit. I know all Laker fans watching probably had PTSD from that, man. Catches the ball, spins, tries to bump Chet, spins back, comes off the wrong foot, throw up 3 with 3 seconds left in the shot clock. Cash. Game tied at 103. It's like maybe 3 minutes left. It's like 2 minutes and some change left in the game. And at that point, it was various points in the game when the Thunder not the Thunder, but the Nuggets were going on their run. I thought they was going to win. But at that moment, when Jokic hit that 3, I assumed that the Nuggets were definitely going to win somehow, some way. Game over. And then, OKC goes on an 8-0 run. And then it's wraps. J-Dub 3. I believe it was a SGA 3, right? Yep. And then SGA got a little midi too, so it's like, no, he got free throws, excuse me. He got some free throws. So it's just like game over. Jamal got him a little layup at the end, but I don't know. Series 3-2 going back to Denver. I believe, because I never made no prediction. I can't say. I've told my friends what I think of the series, but I believe this series is going 7. And for Jokic to play in back-to-back series going to game 7, if he somehow pull it off, he probably is one of the greatest players of all time, bro. Because there's no way. It's no way, bro. No way. But, all right, so we're here to talk about the second game. My bad. My camera kept cutting off for some weird reason. I don't know why. But, Pacers ended up beating the Cavs, gentleman sweep, 4-1. I know Donovan had 35 points. I really didn't write down, who had what. I know Tyrese had 31 and 8. And, it was just really Pascal was doing his thing. Nembhard was doing his thing. Miles Turner had probably 5 blocks. It was so crazy. He hit the timely 3, and Miles Turner was just killing it from that short pop. But it's just sad for the Cavaliers. Second season in a row, they get to the second round, and injuries just basically, I wouldn't say cost them the series, but make it a uphill battle for them to climb. Especially when you're coming in, you won 60-plus games this season. You're the best team, number 1 seed in the East. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been eating all season. Everybody's been eating all season just to get to the playoffs and injuries. Garland got injured in the Miami Heat series. And then, he missed the first 2 games of this series. And then you had Mobley and Hunter both missed game 2 along with Garland. So that was, it was tough. Now, ultimately, you end up going up in that game. I believe they were up maybe 19, 20 points. And to lose the game by 1 in the way you did, Halliburton getting his missed free throw, kick, driving it back out, and hitting the three. It's really crazy, like the type of season Donovan Mitchell is gassed. Like he's gassed after 3 quarters because he's been chilling. His minutes been reduced all season. He's been taking a lesser role, trying to unlock Mobley, trying to give Garland more confidence. Because I'm not gonna say to be an NBA player, you do have to have a certain level of confidence, in my opinion. But it's different. Like it's levels to everything in life. Like it's levels to confidence, in my opinion, as well. Like you could be confident, and then you could be, more than regular, then you could be super confident, then you could be uber confident, then you could be overconfident. You know what I'm saying? So it's levels to everything. So I think they're just trying to move both of them up the ladder because Mobley, and you can make a case for who's the second, who's the third best player, however you see their hierarchy. But at the same time, like, for them and for Garland in particular not to be 100% hurts more than if, let's say, Mobley or Hunter wasn't 100%, because he is kind of like the initiator. Like he is the general. Like he's the one that allows Mitchell. Mitchell doesn't have to do all them dribbles to get into, get into the spot. Garland could come down, penetrate the defense, kick out D-Mitch open three, or he could come down off a screen with Mobley, defense two to him lob, or he could come down, create his own shot, step back three, midi, layup, And his creation really just takes a lot of pressure off of Donovan Mitchell. And I think the first 2 games, Mitchell was getting worn down with the fact of, I'm the main scorer, I have to score, majority of the points, and I have to create for basically everybody else outside, maybe, Ty Jerome, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it kind of just wore on him as the series went on. The Pacers was picking up full court every game this series, wearing on them. Even if the Cavs were up 20, 10, 15, 20 points, they were wearing on them, chipping away, putting pressure on them. So when you have a team that continuously does that, combined with the fact that, like I said, his minutes were down, it's kind of hard to say his production was down too, even though it was. But if you don't get your normal minutes, it's kind of hard for me to believe that you're going to get your normal stats. So, but when he needed to crank it up and play extra minutes, it was kind of like a double-edged sword because he was too tired. He's not used to doing it. He hasn't been doing it all season. So when you try to do something in the playoffs that you really haven't done since last year, it's kind of hard because your body's already adjusted to being a certain way. And, so he did majority of his damage from the free throw line. I think he shot like 20 some free throws or something like something crazy. He shot like 21, 22 free throws. And I'm just thinking like, bro. And it takes a lot out of your body to attack. Constantly attack. He didn't hit it. Mitchell didn't hit his first 3 ball until like the fourth quarter. He hit 3 in the fourth quarter. And you kind of thought he had hope, but nobody else had it going. Garland was limping up the court. Like he wasn't really limping. He was kind of more like, I wouldn't say laboring, but you have a slight limp, but you could really tell that toe was bothering him, bro. Like he couldn't really he get the ball, he couldn't really move or change direction like he usually does. And I was like, oh man. And then Halliburton, man, Tyrese Halliburton, that second quarter he had was crazy. I think he hit 5 threes in the quarter, 15 points. So he had 17 going into halftime, and then that fourth quarter, man, three after three, basket after basket, stop after stop, and the game was close towards the end. Now it was some back and forth. Cleveland was trying to, they was trying their hardest. Mitchell went out swinging, bro. But I've been seeing various creators and basketball talking heads, saying, should the Cavs run it back? Well, or, I can see people asking, should the Cavs run it back? I mean, injuries derailed you again. You're gonna need, they need a real 3-and-D player though. Like they need a real guy, a real stopper on their team. You know what I'm saying? Somebody they could just put on the best player and be like, yeah, you go get him, sick him, type thing. So That'd be the only thing. Like, they need a real, like, point of attack, like, defender, if that makes sense. They need somebody to be at the top to harass, kind of like what OG does for the Knicks, or you could say Holiday or Brown do for the Celtics, like what Dort does for the Thunder. I guess you could put Aaron Gordon in that role if you're the Nuggets, I'm assuming, or Jaden McDaniels or Jimmy Butler. Like, you see every other team has somebody. Even Nembhard, like they have a guy. Even though he can create, he can hit shots. You know what I'm saying? He's a decent point of attack defender. You know, so the Cavs probably need to do that. That's what I would address in the offseason. And the Pacers, so nice we had to do it twice, man. Back in the conference finals, we got Knicks and Celtics game 5. That JT injury really zapped me. I expect the Knicks to probably win. I don't know. The Celtics might come out and actually win because they're at home tonight. They might win, but the Knicks gonna wrap this up quick. Then we got the Warriors and the Wolves tonight. I probably got the Wolves winning. No Steph. They're gonna try and get it over with before Steph comes back. I think he's supposed to be reevaluated either today to see, but I don't think he's coming back. I think the series is over. So next time you'll see me. We'll probably have 2 more teams who advance into the conference finals. But this has been your boy Dolo J, the Dolo Kid, NBA channel / basketball channel. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Peace.